Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday to you. Time for your first alert forecast updates here. And a change of pace is what we see as we settle into this Friday. And yes, it's going to be in the way of rain chances. We are heading on into the end of this work week as we're going to be getting more of the weather wheels to begin turning. Everything has been relatively drier, hotter this week, unless you look way back towards Sunday night where we got into the wee early hours of Monday morning. Got some good thunderstorm production there, but now we're going to be getting to a point of thunderstorm chances again. It's just not going to be as aggressive as that. It's going to be scattered about. Everything is still trying to fight through some drier air towards the upstate. But as we've seen a lot of this, I also want to make this point for those maybe traveling down towards the coast of South Carolina today. It is Friday after all. You can be seeing a bit more of this pop of rain and storms. So let's go to see why that's happening after this, because before we get to the rain talk, I still want to focus on this as it's a major factor of what's going on around South Carolina right now, and it is going to be a drought situation. It has been way too dry for us here in South Carolina, especially our eastern viewing area. You know, take a look. Clarendon County, Sumter, and Lee all included with a lot of the PD region of South Carolina where it's an extreme drought situation now. And that basically means, you know, we are not even just abnormally dry. We're not just getting into drought phases. They are just ridiculously dry out that way. That's making it very tough for plants, for vegetation, for crops, for farmers out there. So any rain we could pick up to try and get out of more of the severe to extreme levels of what we see with this drought, we're going to need to see that over the next couple of weeks. We can't keep continuing into this realm of where we're only going to be seeing these conditions play out. Now, as we focus on what we got today, locally 78 degrees, more in the way of calm conditions. We got that humidity around 75%, so not too muggy to start out this morning. Also, this was supposed to be a live check on one of our highways, but the camera obviously crashed. Happens sometimes when you're doing these live. Nothing you could do about it. But I do want to make that point of, some clouds that will be overtaking the region. I'll show you that in the future cast in just a second. I want to make sure you're aware it's not just going to be sunny all day. We get these changes of pace to come, more so just trying to come to a point into this afternoon when we work to see temperatures rise. But with the showers and storms today, highs will likely only settle to the low 90s, so we'll actually be seasonable with temperatures today before we get back to drier conditions into the weekend. But as it's drier, it's going to also mean more sunshine, and that heat is going to be on the uptick, really going to be a beating down on the region again, back to baking South Carolina like a cookie, and we could get that into next week. But here's what we get for your Friday. Starting out, we're going to be getting some thinner clouds, so a good amount of that sun can still break through, especially the closer you are to the upstate. I've said that so often this morning. Need to remind you guys again. Saluda, Newberry, even Batesburg, Leesville might be still holding on to that sun by the time we get to 10, 11 o'clock. But once we start to deteriorate, the just stability that will be there for the morning. Not going to be as hot, not going to be seeing too many things shaken up. Low pressure is now trying to ease its way into the state, so we can actually get into Lexington and Richland County, even in Fairfield County, a bit of some of that storm and shower threat. While still out towards the west, it's going to be tough. The chances out there are not too good to pick up some rain, and even though they're still in drought phases out that way, I wish everyone was getting, a good amount of rain to help regulate things. That's just not how things are panning out right now. So look into the middle of this afternoon, going forward, commute times home for 9 to 5ers out there, still going to be a little bit dicey at times. You still got to make sure you're careful as we make that push into this Friday, as we're not going to be losing the threat for these pop-up storms and some showers until we get further into the evening and overnight. And if you're looking at this graphic right now, we calm it down. Everything looking pretty good. Saturday morning is nice. Any festivities going on around the region going to be good. We got the Ride to End Alzheimer's going on, and that's, of course, kicking off today. But the second leg of that ride actually goes into Newberry, and it's going to be a beautiful morning for the second leg of that bike ride for any other smaller festivals or events going on for Saturday. Nice to kickstart the day there, dry. Going into the day, couple of those little spotty storms try to form, but I'm not too impressed with it. The futurecast is going to reflect what I'm thinking. It easily could result in, a couple little strong storms here and there, but when I say a couple, I mean that literally. Most of you out there will end up staying dry, while a few communities might have to impact a little stray downpour or storm. Going into Sunday morning, yet again, still going to be nice. Winds are going to be trying to change more so out of a northerly direction. But as we heat up into the day, get back to highs above 95, we will be still seeing that capacity for isolated storms to bubble up. That's always going to be there when we're getting that intense heat and more sun that's going to be baking the region, as stated. So going into the day, we see for our Friday a happy National French Fries Day for your Friday. Maybe get some deals on these. If you got a favorite local spot, maybe you just want to go grab a plate of fries, you can go to the store and grab a bag of potatoes. Or, of course, your favorite fast food joint. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of free French fry deals today. Probably going to need an app, so you might need a smartphone. Just something to check if you're going out today. Going into a staying weather aware this afternoon because of that scattered storm potential. A reminder again, western viewing area looks to be a bit more in the clear from that, whether you're taking that as a negative or a positive. And as we get into the weekend here, once we go through that transition of better rain potential today, it's all going to be cut down to size. Those rain chances falling off, everything just going to be more dependent on daytime heating. And that's not going to be the best thing, as I also said before, because we need rain. We do. I get it. You're going into the summer. You don't want your weekends to be dampened by rain. You want to have nice outdoor conditions. You want to be able to hit up the pool, the lake, the grill. But the farmers out there, the region just needs to start to see some rain. And hopefully more of that can come at convenient times, because just right now it's not doing it for us in terms of keeping the region where it needs to be with rainfall. So I'm going to be hopeful that some of it will pan out today with those lower 90s, then getting into the weekend a bit more hot, hazy, and humid as those temperatures make a push again with more sunshine anticipated. And then into Monday we get that again, a high near 100 with feel-like temperatures that will easily be over 105. So we're going to be keeping up with the heat for you and giving you more of those sun and heat safety reminders in a big way to jumpstart next week. Likely could see a first alert weather day or two there to start out next week. We're going to have discussions on those today just because we want to make sure you guys are taking that heat serious again as it pushes back to more impressive levels. So thank you again. As always, it's a Friday. Always going to be appreciative of you guys tuning into these. As we don't want to do them for no reason. So thank you so much for taking a check your first alert forecast. You can find more of my forecast video and details on our website, wistv.com, and that comes along with a slew of news stories and obviously sports content as well. Excited as we're getting towards football season. We're still a little bit away, but with the Olympics and football season to come soon, I am a happy person. Let's go into, if you need news updates though as well, because those will be coming up on this live stream, and that'll be around 9 o'clock. So if you want to get your latest local and potential national updates, that'll be what's new this morning, 9 o'clock. Appreciate you checking in for your first alert forecast update. Have a great upcoming weekend, my friends.